Good morning. My name is Derek Bentley, and this is our discussion board 4, 5, and 6 for criminal procedure. And it looks as though, after reading all of the topics that are up for discussion, that they deal with the encounter of individuals, or the arrest of individuals, or the evidence used to prosecute individuals. Which brings us to our first topic of discussion, which is to explain the fruit of the poisonous tree. And fruits of the poisonous tree it's a legal doctrine utilized in the United States to describe any evidence which is obtained through illegal means. Fruit being tangible evidence, poisonous tree being the illegal means and how that evidence was obtained. And it's important to us as law enforcement professionals to follow the proper procedure or constitutional law or state law in how we handle evidence and how we handle individuals to avoid the dismissal of prosecution on our cases. Fruits of the poisonous tree can obviously, if it is the sole evidence obtained to prosecute an individual and it is deemed that the evidence was acquired through illegal means, i.e. fruits of the poisonous tree, that can lead to the dismissal of that case. So it's important that we follow all the proper procedures in handling of evidence or individuals. Moving along to the second topic of discussion, it is to explain the 4 elements of arrest, with the first element being the intent, and the officer must have the intent to take the individual into custody. And then moving along to the second is the officer must have the authority to take the individual into custody, and the authority vested in me to take individuals into custody would be deemed through my post certification as a law enforcement officer through the state of Georgia, and also my swearing in through the city to which I work. And that provides me with the authority to take individuals based off probable cause, which is not obtained through the fruits of the poisonous tree, to take the individual in custody. That's where I gain my authority to arrest individuals from. There must be a seizure of a person. There must be an actual seizure or restraint of the individual. So that is our third level. And then moving along to understanding by the person, the individual must understand that they've been placed under arrest or that they are being detained. And that is the 4 elements of an arrest. The third topic of discussion is, why do police frisk? I think the most important case law dealing with frisk is Terry v. Ohio, and it explains the frisk process, to which an officer or a law enforcement professional must have the understanding that a crime may be afoot, and they must have reasonable suspicion that that individual is armed with a weapon, and that's utilized to protect the officer in situations where he has reasonable grounds to believe that a crime is being committed and that individual is armed. I think this is probably single-handedly the most challenged topic in law enforcement today, because of the overreach with that case law in Terry v. Ohio. It's important that officers are able to articulate what they think may be afoot, the crime that may be afoot. It's important that they document the certain behaviors or actions or details of what they see to indicate their reason to believe that that individual is armed. It is less intrusive than a search. And, as far as a search goes, moving along from the frisk, they must have probable cause or consent from the individual to search that. So frisk, as our third topic, is a lesser than included, but there are some parameters of a frisk. You can't just get out with anybody and everybody and say that I frisked them for my safety. Gone are those days. So I think we touched on all three topics. They're all very important topics in criminal procedure, and I look forward to seeing what you guys had to say about each of them.